you ever wondered if it's possible to make a platforming game without there being jumping in it? Have that question answered next on today's episode of Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today I am here to bring you guys another game review. And this is a game that I'm really excited about. This game is called I.O. Now, before I get into anything about that, I do have to ask you guys all a huge favor. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, as well as smack that like button and ring that little notification bell so you can keep up to date with what is going on in the channel. And also, know how much I appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's talk about I.O. Now, I.O. is a game made by Gamios, G-A-M-I-O-U-S. Now, this is a company that has made games such as Turmoil, Lines, and Team Racing League. Now, I.O. is a game that is available on PC or Mac, and it can be bought for the price of $4.99. Now, what the heck is this game about? Well, I'm going to read you the exact description from the developer themselves. I.O. is a physics platformer in which you control a ball. By growing or shrinking the ball, you can influence its speed and weight. Use these mechanics to gain momentum and make your way through the levels. Toy with the laws of physics, solve the puzzles, and reach the exit as quickly as possible. Can you win gold medal on all the levels? It features 225 challenging levels to solve, including extra tough, impossible levels. Crafty mechanics like inverse gravity, portals, tricycles, and movable objects. And there are bronze, silver, and gold medals to earn. And finally, it does have dual stick controller support. So in my own words, this is basically a platforming game that doesn't use jumping to accomplish its goal. Very interesting. So now let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game are very beautifully well done and well made. Nothing but good things to say about the graphics here. Of course, in a game like this, you expect it to have those kind of graphics. So nothing real impressive here, but also nothing to, hate on. Soundtrack-wise, this game has one of the things that I talk about a lot, gaming elevator music. It's just music that's there to, keep you there and kind of be background noise. But nothing that really is important to enhancing the gameplay experience. Now, control-wise, if you're not using a controller, you just use the keyboard to basically move your little ball back and forth and to grow it and shrink it. And that's all there is to it. A very simple, simplistic game. Controller-wise, this game is an A++. Now let me talk to you guys about the gameplay itself. This game is a very interesting, very cool type of a game. Basically, you control a little ball up and down each level, and you use your growing and shrinking powers in order to get to where you need to go. Let's say, for example, you need to make a jump, a long jump. Well, if you stay in the large form of the ball, the bigger ball, then you won't be able to jump as far. However, if you go off the ramp and then shrink right before the end of the ramp, you will launch yourself into the air and go flying even farther. Now, they also play with the size difference by using things such as weight. So, for example, some doors you won't be able to open unless you're the bigger ball because you don't weigh enough as a small ball. So, really a unique, interesting type game that I was very intrigued about and very excited to be able to review. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here in the gameplay section is the difficulty of this game itself. This game overall is not hugely difficult. There are some difficult levels, and as you increase, you will see the levels get harder and harder. But with that being said, this is mostly an enjoyable game. Yes, it may take you a couple tries to get one level done, but for the most part, you won't have any trouble as you proceed through this game. Now let's talk about the cons. The first and only con in this game is that this game is rather repetitive. It's one of those games that, it's a platformer, and once you get over the mechanics, I can't jump. It kind of replays itself over and over and over again in various forms. It honestly kind of reminded me of a phone type game, one of those games that you just use to waste time. It kind of really reminded me of that. So that is our only con for this game. So now let's talk about my score of I.O. This game is one that is very unique. I didn't think that they could pull off a game in which you're basically asking the player to jump without being able to jump. I didn't think they could pull that off, but I have to say, they pulled that off, and they pulled it off quite well. I was very impressed with the presentation of this game. I was very impressed with a lot of different things in this game. And it's for that reason, I definitely recommend that you check it out. And on today's Mumbles review, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10 game, it's not a AAA title, but it is a very solid game, and it offers you a lot of different levels and a lot of different time for a mere price of $4.99. Check it out if you guys are interested in it. And yeah, guys, this is going to be Mumbles signing off. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.